I've realized that being a husband isn't about love or partnership. It's about being a high-stakes actuary. I'm constantly calculating the decibel-to-disaster ratio. The other day, we're in the car. I'm at a level 5 baseline dad volume. My voice goes up maybe half an octave in frustration. It was basically a polite throat clear. But in my wife's head, a Category 5 hurricane just leveled the entire zip code. She recounts the great outburst for 3 days like I'm a Viking who just pillaged the local Starbucks. She's telling her friends, "He flew off the handle." I didn't fly off the handle. I barely unlatched the safety. So I try the calm communication move. I say, "Babe, help me to understand. What exactly happened in the car?" And she gives me the classic. "You were there. You have ears. You know exactly what happened." But I don't. I genuinely don't. But that's her cue to storm away shouting, "I cannot deal with you," as if I'm an unsolvable math equation. I let her stew for 6 hours. I have to approach her like a man trying to pet a growling Doberman. I'm whispering, "Babe, please, what exactly precipitated the attack?" Gently moving in. And finally, after 10 minutes of hemming and hawing, I find out the truth. It wasn't what happened in the car. It wasn't anything today. It wasn't anything that happened this week. No, it was something I said back in February of 2024. Something that I forgot about before the sun went down that day. See, men and women handle grudges very, very differently. If one of my guy friends is being a total ass, we all tell him, "You're being an a-hole, now shut up," and the next day he comes over for a beer. 2 days later, it's gone, deleted from the hard drive, never to appear again. But women are the world champions of emotional compound interest. They don't throw the trash away. No, they pack those emotions down into their little internal Tupperware container. They burp the seal closed, put it into the back of the freezer, and wait. They'll smile at you. They'll go to dinner with you. But that Tupperware is sitting there, marinating in the dark. I call this the leftover grudge. It looks fine on the outside, but when you finally open it, the smell will knock you unconscious. And then, weeks later, months later, years later, you make one tiny quip about the GPS in the car, and kabam! The freezer door flies off the hinges. You're getting hit with lava from a volcano that's been dormant since the Bush era. And as a man, you're standing there covered in ash thinking, "I'm the victim here." But then the husband logic kicks in. You realize it's actually my fault. Why? Because I didn't pay the debt. I allowed the interest to compound like a bad credit card statement that keeps going sky high. I didn't create a safe space, which is husband code for I didn't buy the "I'm sorry" flowers back in March. I've been told that the feminine is a reflection of the masculine. So if she's a Category 5 hurricane, it's because I've been a low pressure system for 6 months. So here's my advice for the bad dads out there. If you suspect, even for a millisecond, that you might have somewhere done something wrong, pay the fine immediately. Bring the flowers. Apologize profusely for things you haven't even thought of yet. Because the volcano, my friends, is always active. And the lava is always looking for a place to land. Leave your thoughts in the comment section if you've dealt with something like this. God bless. Thumb up the video. Peace.